First lecture of coding in Python. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to Google and look up Anaconda download. And right here, you can click the first link right here, anaconda.com, and download the Anaconda distribution either for Mac or Windows. I'm on Mac, so I'll be using the Mac download. Then, once you have it all set up, you can go to the Anaconda Navigator and click on the Jupyter Notebook. Once there, you'll be directed into something like this. You can hit File, New, and do a Python 3 IPY kernel. Once you have that set up, it should look something like this. Now, we're going to go through some simple examples and just figure out how to use this software and a little bit of introductory methods. You can use this software just as a calculator, so if you want to do 2 plus 2, you can do that. You can hit run and you'll see you'll get 4. If you don't want to keep going back up to hit run, you can simply hit shift enter and it'll give you the same, it'll run the cell for you. So you can do addition, you can also do subtraction, so you get 2 minus 2 equals 0. You can do multiplication, so 4 times 5, and it'll give you back 20. You can also do division, 8 divided by 8 gives you 1. And as you'll see, I've only used integers here. However, you can also do decimal places, so 4.3 plus 5.2, that'll give you 9.5. You can also, again, do it with division, 4.3 divided by 3, you'll get 1.433 repeating. You can also print. The print function is very helpful. For example, we will do hello world, and you have to make sure that it is in quotes so that it runs correctly. Again, you hit enter and you will get the output. The print function can be very helpful because say you have 2 plus 2 in a cell, and then you have 4 plus 3 in a cell, and you want to be able to print. Well, let's actually see. If we run this, let's see, we only get 7, so you only get the 4 plus 3. So what you can do is you can add a print function, print 2 plus 2, and that'll give you this value of 4 right here. So whenever you put something in quotation marks like this, or whatever you want in the quotation marks, that is a string. So, and we can check this by doing type, and then writing this down again, and str stands for string. Whereas with the math that we had up here, so we do type 4 plus 3, int means integer, and then we can do the same thing with 4.3 divided by 3, and it's a float. So these are just different ways that some of the variables are written, and it's good to look into the differences between these. You can also assign a variable to certain calculations. So for example, we can have x is equal to 4.3 divided by 3, and if we run this cell, you'll see that there is no output like we had in the other cells. However, if you just put an x, it'll print out the numerical value, just like that. So if you're ever running something and you don't know why you're not getting an output in the cell, make sure that you have included something like that. So there are tons of different ways to run Python. This is usually the go-to way to do it. However, you can also use just run it from your terminal. So let me pull up a new terminal. Alright, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to type in Ipython. And right now we are in the Ipython shell. So once again, you can do 2 plus 2 gives 4. You can do print hello world, and you get back hello world. You can also do the type, and we'll get a float for this value. Once again, this is pretty straightforward. Here you only have to hit enter. It's a little bit of a more basic form of doing things, but it'll get the job done if you're just doing some simple calculations. Python is really good for any sciences and any sort of mathematics classes that you take. It's just good to know all around for data science and things like that. If you want to exit this and you're on Mac, just type exit, hit enter, and you are back into your home directory. So we can also do many calculations at the same time. So 4 plus 3 plus 2, and that'll give you 9. If you want to do a squared, you can do 4 or whatever number you want, and then 2 stars, and then 2, and that'll be equal to 4 squared. And you can run it and see that it's equal to 16. Again, you can do all sorts of very simple calculations, and this is kind of the bare bones of Python. If you want to do the square root of something, you can do that as well by doing that. The double star to indicate that you're squaring it, however, and then you can multiply by 1/2, and that'll give you 2.0. If you want, what you can also do is you can import math as math, and that'll give you the ability to do the square root of 4 like this. So whenever you import something, we're importing it as math, so that means you have to have the math dot in front of whatever you're trying to do. This is pretty straightforward, so I hope this has been helpful, and thank you.